All right, and a good evening once again, everybody. I'm Will Nunley here in the SevereView Weather Center, where we welcome you in for another night of some storms moving in to the area and really racing their way across Tennessee right now as we are watching the skies once again tonight. So I want to start off with just letting you know right off the bat that we're not looking at as an intense of an evening right now and tonight than we did last night. As a matter of fact, what I'm about to show you on radar, as soon as this moves through the area, we're pretty much done for the night. This is going to be the other wave that they thought, hey, this is going to be rolling through most of Tennessee from, say, 5 p.m. until about 10, 11 o'clock tonight. And so we're going to be seeing a lot of that here in this first wave, although it is prompting a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings. So we'll let you catch up with some of that information coming up as we have some of these severe storms right now in West Tennessee, prompting some warnings as close to us as Henderson County right now. So we'll head to radar and show you about that. This is going to be our exclusive partners here with WeatherWise Live Weather Radar, and that's what you see on your screen right now. And we're going to take you to a couple of areas where we do have active storm warnings right now. The first is going to be this one here that includes parts of Humboldt, Gibson County, Bells, and even Jackson and Madison County. This is going to be a severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 6 o'clock. So we do have about 45 minutes on this one. Moving east at 50 miles per hour, so these are kind of moving, but not moving all that fast. But you can see also some frequent lightning. This is going to be the story with this system once again tonight, is going to be how much lightning we get. We have had one slight tornado warning that is prompted near the Jackson area earlier. We don't have any reports of damage, and that actually ended just about 15 minutes or so ago. We want to take you down to the Selmer and Savannah area where we do have a little bit of hail possible with a storm down there. And to help tell the story for that particular system, I believe that we do have our Savannah cam up and rolling. So we'll take you here to this camera here that will show you exactly what's happening right now in Savannah, Tennessee, with those storms rolling in the distance. And we'll be tracking that. We actually have somebody operating this camera. This is in partnership with the Henderson County, the Savannah Emergency Management Agency there in Hardin County. And so we have a little bit of daylight left to kind of track those clouds in the distance. And so we'll be watching that as storms develop, because when you look at this with the radar as well, you can see that we're not too far away from seeing a little bit of increased activity from that. So when you move down here, actually right near where you see the Walkertown, you see that through there in the middle of your screen, that's where our camera is located. So we'll be able to see that in partnership with Hardin County Emergency Management a little bit later. They are currently not under a warning, and that's good news, but we do have one stretching through parts of Henderson County right now. And we widen out the view and let's see what this is all about. And this is a much different scene. If you were streaming along with me just, it feels like a few hours ago. By the way, raise your hand if you haven't slept, because I'm going to be part of that crew tonight. So if I sound like I'm rambling and delirious, it's because I am both of those things as we power through the last of these storms. But this is not at all a severe scene that we were looking at last night. But we want to walk you through it here and let you know what's coming and exactly some of the timing on some of this as well. I'm going to switch over to our radar product here and show you the Memphis radar right now. And this is a much better picture than what we were seeing with wave after wave. You'll remember kind of last night we had a lot of them through here. Well, this is looking much better as we have just one kind of big line moving through here. So we're going to hope to move that out of the way. I'm going to take us back here to the Nashville radar as it scans most of Middle and West Tennessee this evening. Let me know where you're watching from. Brandy says she is watching from Homewall. Joseph and Brandy, welcome to the stream. I hope that you guys have slept. And we're going to try to get you through all of this tonight just as quickly as we can. Looks like we have a new severe thunderstorm warning coming up that is going to be including parts of Decatur County, and that may be what is flickering right there. So remember just a moment ago I said, Savannah, you're not under a warning? Well, that has changed and changed very quickly. So what I'm going to do is actually see if we can do a kind of a side-by-side, and I want to bring in to this source here. I'm going to talk to myself, folks, while I do this, and see if we can add in our Savannah cam. Yeah, I'm sorry to do this on the air, folks. I know it's a little messy looking, but I want to be able to kind of do a little bit of a side-by-side so that way we can show both of them to you there at the same time. Yeah. because since we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning for this area, we can give you two different views, not only the live picture of that, courtesy of Hardin County Emergency Management, also the radar view as well. So let's kind of get down here and get some information on this new severe thunderstorm warning just coming across for parts of Decatur and Hardin County. As a matter of fact, I wonder if my Clifton cam is working. We've had some of our cameras got zapped last night, and that happens. Oh, there it is. Ta-da! It is working. All right, so we'll be able to give you a couple different views. I'll bring that camera up here shortly. But let's get to the information. The National Weather Service in Memphis has issued a severe thunderstorm warning that includes parts of Hardin County, southern Madison County, and Chester County in Tennessee, also putting southern Decatur County in that until 6:15. Because here at 5:18, just a few moments ago, a severe thunderstorm was located along a line extending near Chickasaw State Forest to near Pocahontas, moving east at 65 miles per hour. A little bit better movement on this storm than what we've been seeing earlier today. So you could have hail damage as possible with this, and when we kind of bring you in here, look at what's over Bethel Springs and Selmer. So that's what we're talking about with a possible hail core there. This includes places like Corinth and Savannah. We're going to get a fresh look there at the fresh scan of the radar. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? So it's now actually moved that hail core out of Selmer. And we're zoomed in here pretty close. So we're talking about Selmer, Adamsville, and Crump, Savannah right now. And as this refreshes, this storm, as they were saying, is moving about 65 miles per hour. So we're going to be tracking this one here as it races along the area. But this is a new severe thunderstorm warning that here in Tennessee includes parts of Hardin and Decatur County. And so this kind of brings it up here through Decaturville as well. And this is going to be in effect here. Let's see how much more time we have this. So we have almost a full hour on this one, but I'm going to tell you, it's going to move out of there well before that. So that one may be allowed to expire here before too long. Let's kind of bring you out. For those of you who are watching tonight, I have some folks that are saying they're joining here from Waynesboro, Camden, Linden. Hi, Mary. We are going to look at all of this storm activity starting to move over our way and in a pretty quick fashion. So we put the loop on this here, and you can see it moving through already there, parts of the Saltillo area. And look at where this is tracking. So Waynesboro, at least some of this thunderstorm activity is going to visit you, along with Perry County, Lewis, and Hickman County. Waverly, you're going to get on this. Camden, you can see kind of where this is stretching there. I can name everybody on the list, but you can see it for yourself where all of these different areas are going to be impacted by this decently quick moving line of storms. And boy, I tell you what, let's go ahead and take this full screen, because this is the right kind of in the middle of that warned area in Hardin County. We see this live on our Savannah cam, and this is going to show you that storm racing in here. I told you it wouldn't take it any time at all to get there from let's say the Selmer area moving over Highway 64, and that's the result. So we're going to keep an eye on that camera. I don't know about you, but I saw some of those flashes of lightning there just a few moments ago on the Savannah cam. Again, my name is Will Nunley. This is SevereView live weather coverage. Feel free to share this one out with your friends and family across Tennessee tonight if they are wanting to know what's happening with the showers, as we have a little bit different setup tonight. Not quite as severe as last night, but still we do have plenty of juice out there to once again produce a line of storms that is getting to those severe thresholds, so we do have some severe thunderstorms in the area. Looks like we may have another warning coming down the pike, so I'm going to gather this one here and let you know what this is happening. And this is going to be, oh, that's interesting. Is that really going to be for, let me check this here. Okay, this is be a watch, excuse me. All right. I was like, it started to name a whole lot of areas. So here's what you're about to see on your screen, folks. A lot of Middle Tennessee is about to be introduced to a severe thunderstorm watch. So everybody, we're talking Murray County, Lewis, Centerville, and this is not surprising. To our west, all of our western counties right now are under a tornado watch until 10 o'clock. And now, do you see how those colors just changed on your screen? And so now we kind of have that brownish color. So all of that area that you see there, including Lawrence County, Hohenwald, Lewis, all these different areas stretching up to state line, pretty much covering Middle Tennessee at this hour, those are going to be all under a severe thunderstorm watch, which is not too surprising because this line that we're tracking here has at least 3 different overlapping severe thunderstorm warnings at this point. And I think we can take a look at this through a little bit different view. No, my hazard alerts hasn't populated yet. Okay, that's all right. But I want to keep watching this screen here because this is really fascinating to be able to give you this view in real time here from Hardin County Emergency Management as we look there over Savannah. And we see that rolling in. See all that rain just pouring in the distance, and if you look at that for just a second, I guarantee you're going to see a lightning flash, because the lightning really has been a lot of the story with this storm. Appreciate you watching. See counts here: Bass Springs, Summertown, Lynette's there, and Kevin, Ashland City, Diane's and Etheridge. Thank you all for joining us here tonight. Hopefully we're not going to have to be together too long. By the way, if you have a Roku TV at home, you can download our free, or add, I should say, our free Access Tennessee app to your Roku device. That way you don't have to hang on the phone. You can pull up our coverage there for you on the big screen, put it on as you make dinner tonight. We'll walk you through all of this. We don't mind being the background noise. It's one of my specialties, okay? We have Decatur County still part of this. Moving down to Clifton, what I'm going to do is see if we can get a little bit of our Clifton cam along with our Savannah cam. And I'm going to bring that here full screen for you. So here's two different views of the storm moving in. You can see it in the background on the radar, but here's two different camera views of what we're seeing here. A lot of this being intercepted by Hardin County and Savannah right now, because they're actually under this warning. But we'll also keep an eye on this Clifton camera. And this is courtesy of our friends at the Commodore Clifton Inn. A beautiful place, by the way. I hear they're going to be opening their pool soon for summer. That's going to be the Commodore Clifton Inn there. So we appreciate them helping us to do that coverage here tonight. All right, so we have 3 different severe thunderstorm warnings, and they are encompassing a lot of the area tonight. This one that's here in the Bolivar area, it's expiring here in 2 minutes, and you can see why, because Bolivar, you're looking pretty good. And as we look over to Bartlett and over towards Memphis and Shelby County, things are really clearing up. We still have one here over Alamo and Bells and Humboldt. That's going to be in effect for about 32 more minutes. And that one did have a tornado warning with it earlier. Luckily, that didn't last very long, and they let that one expire. A little bit of shower activity starting to develop here along I-40 in northern Hickman County. Excuse me, just on the Hickman-Humphreys County line. We'll add a little motion to that right now on the radar so you can kind of see how that's layering through at this point. And these will develop. We'll have some storms, even though this isn't a huge, well-defined, what I would consider, I don't know about you, but a very well-defined line. It's kind of a smattering of storms, yeah? Is that a word? My producer says yes. Director says yes. Okay. So we have this storm area here, and then we do expect some development of storms ahead of this. So Dixon, matter of fact, we have another view we can bring you here from Dixon as they're starting to get some activity as well. Still looking good if you're trying to make your way home tonight in Dixon, but you do have some scattered showers starting to develop over there. But if you're in Paris, Henry County, all through Parsons, no warnings for you, even though you will have some shower and storm activity overhead. All right, I want to bring this full screen one more time just because I really think this is neat for us to watch. And that's going to be this Savannah cam, currently under a severe thunderstorm warning in this area for parts of Hardin County. Marissa said, what was the name of the app to download? That is Access Tennessee. And because it's fairly new, you're going to have to probably spell it out. I'm sorry. 2 different words there, Access Tennessee, but I promise it's there. And we bring you not only severe weather coverage like this, but we also bring you news and events from some of your community radio stations. So you have all kinds of things that you can watch there on the Access Tennessee app, as the SevereView Weather brand is part of Access Tennessee. I know it's a lot of different names to keep up with, but Access Tennessee is the one to remember. Of course, you can just hang out with us right here. We're also streaming on YouTube on the Access Tennessee YouTube channel to keep things simple for you. All right, let's bring this in here a little bit closer as we kind of do our side-by-side once again, because I want to show people exactly where some of this heaviest storm activity is with this severe thunderstorm warning that's happening in Hardin County right now. And that's going to be along Highway 45, moving over to Saltillo and just north of Savannah. We actually have another view that we may be able to see in there here shortly. But yeah, this is how things are shaping up on radar. You'll see lots of lightning, plenty of heavy rain once again. You can see it kind of hitting the camera every now and then. And watch how much our visibility has changed as well. Because when we started out just a few moments ago on this broadcast, you could see well on through the bridge there and down the highway, but that is changing as these storms are moving through at about 65 miles per hour. Rocky's wanting to know, is this going to be as bad as last night in Hohenwald? No. I can say that fairly confidently, and that is based on what the National Weather Service is telling us. because you'll see that we are not under a tornado watch for parts of Lewis and Hickman County. We're moving over to Murray County. And once this line moves through, it's going to take a lot of the juice along with it. Doesn't mean that we're not going to possibly have another shower or two throughout the nighttime hours, but not the severity, they don't think, of anything that we had last night. And I'll be verifying that, of course, throughout the evening, because I also rely on the meteorologists at the National Weather Service to give us their interpretation of what's happening. As a matter of fact, I get a new update, so hold on just a second. I'm going to take a look at this. Okay, so I just want to read you something that goes to exactly what you were talking about tonight. Because I know a lot of folks, you're maybe uneasy and you want to have a little bit of reassurance tonight. So this is exactly what they're saying right now, 20 seconds ago, from the National Weather Service in Nashville. And it says that this line of storms is on a downward trend, which is what we have been noticing on radar. So I'm glad they're saying that to us. But there is some instability out there and shear with damaging wind possible. Hail might be possible, but that threat is low. And they say the tornado parameters are also not as favorable as last night. But it's spring in the south. Understand, that's right. So subject to change. But a quick spin up couldn't be ruled out with this line. They just have to, always factor that in. But no, to answer your question there, right off the bat, Rocky, you're asking about what could be the similarities between last night and tonight. Not too many, other than the fact you're going to have some rain falling from the sky. All right, I'm going to pause kind of the rotation, or the loop of our radar here. Don't want to use that word, the R word. But we'll stop our radar loop. And Selmer's starting to look a little bit better, and you're still in that box. They have some pretty big polygons with some of these warnings that they're issuing tonight. I would expect something maybe coming soon across the Tennessee River if these are meeting some of the severe thunderstorm criteria. That has to do with wind gusts and things like that. Some of the measurements that they put into what is a severe thunderstorm and what is not. So we'll see if those start to pop here for areas like Wayne County and Perry County, even parts of northern Decatur County, as these storms move through. Hopefully, they're just going to come through. I mean, it's just weather, and it's just springtime in the south, springtime in Tennessee. Joyce is watching from Catfish Lane in Savannah. We appreciate that. Sounds like a good place to be this time of year. Cherish and Victoria, we appreciate all of you joining us here. Elizabeth says it is coming down very hard in Savannah right now, and I believe you. We're watching it right along with you. Some of this has actually started to move through the area, but as we look around on that camera, we can still see those lightning strikes in the distance. They're in the middle of this severe thunderstorm warning tonight in Hardin County. Let's pull up our Clifton cam, because our Clifton cam looks off to due west as well. And I'm going to pull these back up side by side and show this to you. And we have a few of you. By the way, if you want to see this stuff on your own, anytime, you're welcome to, because we are part of the WeatherWise app. It's free on your phone. So if you're a weather nerd and you have several different weather apps, we invite you to add WeatherWise, because all of our HazCams, our SevereView owned cameras, are inside of this app, and you're welcome to look at them for yourself. And you can kind of see the view from the comfort of your armchair. Right now, a lot of this activity, though not quite at Clifton's doorstep, and that's what we can see on radar as well. Two different severe thunderstorm warnings right now in our area. Here's another clean sweep moving through, giving us a fresh radar image, and I hope, yep, great. So the one that was affecting parts of Henderson County has been allowed to expire. We now just have two severe thunderstorm warnings. I'm going to be amazed if they don't let this one over here in the Trenton area possibly expire a little bit early, but it still has 25 minutes left on it. And Savannah, you have 40 minutes left on this severe thunderstorm warning that we're tracking for you right now. Appreciate Debbie tuning in from Lawrenceburg, and Kimberly is over in Lyles. And Stephanie says, we have 30 minutes to get to Dance and Hohenwald. Will you make it? Yeah, but go ahead and leave now. go ahead. And really, that's a good question, Stephanie. And I think that if anything, you'll start to get some of this, see how some of this, the light shower activity is starting to pile in. So you're going to have nothing you can't navigate, I'll put it that way. So just take it slow. but you'll be okay because we don't even have a warning for your area. So go on ahead. I think you'll be all right. Heading to dance practice, all right? Cherish says, we're watching you at Family Dollar. I appreciate that, Cherish. And my name is Will Nunley again, everybody. We're here with you tonight in the SevereView Weather Center. Luckily, we are not looking at the same type of scenario that we had late last night. Like a lot of you, I'm running on about 2 hours of sleep at this point. But once we can get through most of this, it'll remove some of that energy from the atmosphere, and we're going to have maybe by like 9 o'clock tonight, we can start heading to bed and not have to worry about the storms. That's our goal. But we want to come on here and tell you everything that we know as we watch this storm develop here and actually move through the Hardin County and Savannah area right now. All right, so this is another good sign. We do have another advisory coming through. You can see it blinking there on your screen. You see that polygon outline? And that's going to include most of Wayne County and central Perry County. And what that is a special weather statement, which is they want to give us a heads up on this, but it is not at the severe parameters right now, but they're still strong thunderstorms. And so we'll give you some information here on this, and let me load it here for you. All right, sorry there, folks. Just wanted to pull some of this stuff up here. Yeah, this is going to be a special weather statement, as these strong thunderstorms will impact Wayne and Perry County through about 6:15. At 5:35, Doppler radar tracking. Of course, we're tracking along with you. This line of thunderstorms extending from Reagan to near Midway, moving east at 40 miles per hour. So you could have some gusty winds once again. This includes Waynesboro, Linden, Collinwood, Clifton, Lobelville, Mousetail Landing State Park, Flatwoods, and Lutz, okay? That's good information. What is currently a severe thunderstorm warning is now going to kind of not make those same parameters when it starts to move over the river into Wayne County and Perry County, and right now we have that special weather statement. That's the kind of downward trend. If you'll remember, I was just giving you some information from the National Weather Service. They were talking about that downward trend. That's what we want to see. And look, that's starting to kind of be evident here. So, here's another thing I'd tell you right now. If you have dinner plans and you're trying to maybe go out to your favorite restaurant tonight, you're in Hickman County, you're in Waverly, you're in even Perry County, bring an umbrella, but you don't have to be too worried right now. All right, because all these storms are starting to dissipate. They're starting to weaken a little bit the farther east that they move, and that's a really good sign. Even though we do have this severe thunderstorm watch, and it's going to be in effect for 7 more hours, they give these things a lot of time for these storms to move through. So let's hope that if you have some dinner plans and you need to get out there, you can go ahead and do that. I'm seeing a little bit of activity here in the top western part of the state, so I'm going to switch my radars over and see what else could be coming over here. Ooh, look at that one. That's not even in the state of Tennessee right now. That's still over in the Arkansas area. So we're not gonna focus too much on that one yet. No. Not our problem. And it gets to be our problem, I'll let you know. All right, back to the Nashville radar site we go with our WeatherWise radar. And we have, let's see how much time we have left on this. 20 minutes remaining on the severe thunderstorm warning that has been near the Humboldt. Let's dig in here a little bit more to the Clifton, Savannah area. And these are mainly just heavy downpours at this point with frequent lightning. And we've been seeing that there on our Savannah cam. Let's have a quick shout out to everybody in Hickman County watching tonight. Emma says that storm last night was really bad. It did. It rocked and rolled. And I tell you what, Emma, if you were in one of the areas that had power outages, I'll tell you what, our folks were having to work all throughout today trying to get the power restored here to several different areas. I'm sorry, I'm having a little malfunction here with my earpiece. Not sure what that's all about. All right, I'm going to keep talking to you though because I can still hear you folks. So that's our Centerville Tower Cam, WNKX radio, one of our radio partners tonight. And nice calm view there because the storms aren't quite there yet, but we'll be moving that thing around here shortly and show you this. We are not using the T word so far tonight. Had the question here, who's going to get naders tonight, who's not. We're not even using that word because warnings in the area at all. So not even going to have to worry about that right now. Martha Ann says she's watching from Waynesboro, Tennessee. We appreciate that. And Casey coming in from Perry County. Hi, everybody. Thanks for spending a moment of your dinner plans with us tonight as we keep you updated on everything that's happening. We'll widen the view of our WeatherWise radar tonight and kind of give you the whole picture of what's happening from state line to state line. And this is some rain. You're going to have some lightning, maybe even a few wind gusts. But we're not looking at something that is prolonged and severe all night. It's just not going to be the same story as last night. But we want to spend some time here with you. Had another question. Access Tennessee app on Roku. If you have a Roku TV at home, type in Access Tennessee. And you can watch this stream on your big screen instead of having to hold the phone there on Facebook or however you might be joining us. We welcome you to watch however you want, though, or even on YouTube right now. All right, we're going to do a tour of some of our cameras. We'll take you next here to the Commodore Cam in downtown Linden, looking at the Perry County Courthouse. Got a few folks getting groceries before they head home tonight, but otherwise a pretty peaceful evening. We'll see a little bit of rain moving in a little bit later, and we'll track that for you as well. As we have some other cameras in Clifton and some different areas tonight, we'll continue to watch all of these cameras and kind of compare that side by side from what we're seeing on radar, as well as giving you that live view. Tim's tuning in from Hardin County. Tim, we appreciate that. Thanks for watching. And Indiana, David's watching from Indiana. Appreciate you hanging out with us here, David, as we bring you tonight's live weather coverage. Camden, you're in good shape. Let's look at some of these places that are really looking good tonight. Parsons, you're going to have a little bit more storm activity roll through here a little bit, but it is not a severe level yet or at all. I'm going to refresh some of the information that I'm getting tonight from the National Weather Service and pass that along to you if we have some relevant information. It's a little bit more chill tonight, folks, and I'm happy to be able to tell you that. Right now, the outlook is pretty good. We still have, as you saw today, we had the sunshine out for most areas. So when you have that warm air and you have the sunshine out with these ingredients or these fronts move through, that's can re-energize the atmosphere just a little bit. And so that's why they're still going to be careful tonight and introduce this severe thunderstorm watch. And when we talk about this, let me pull this up here. Now look on your screen, folks. You see all those towns, all those Tennessee counties listed? That's a lot. That's most of Middle Tennessee. And so that's what they're going to do just to say, hey, folks, we're going to watch this one. Of the kind of levels that we judge by and that the National Weather Service uses to help you understand the threat level overall, we're at a 2 out of 5. Last night, a lot of portions, especially of West Tennessee, were under a 3 out of 5. So every notch you move up the ladder there, things get a little bit more severe. So I'm happy with a 1 or 2 type evening, and that's what we're looking at right now. A fresh scan coming in on the radar. We'll show you how some of this has moved and evolved a little bit. I'll also put this in motion here for just a second so you can see where some of these showers are heading. But it's going to be good coverage pretty much everywhere. So if you aren't getting it yet, if you're in a place like Columbia, Lewis County, Dixon, even moving over to Brentwood, you're going to get in on this at some point. And the good thing is a lot of this looks like it is starting to lose some juice as we now have some of the nighttime cooling moving in as well. So that's all good to see. A quick check on this severe thunderstorm that is what we're showing you on our screen, both on radar and the live camera. This is the Hardin County, Savannah, Clifton area severe thunderstorm warning, and it is in effect for 30 more minutes. It was last moving at about 45 miles an hour. Let's see how this is. They say that it is moving east at 65. All right. And that's good news because we want to get this thing on out of here. A lot of you have been dealing with power outages today. We've been checking in kind of regionally here in southwestern Middle Tennessee with one of our sponsors, Meriwether Lewis Electric Cooperative, and they have had crews out starting about 3 a.m. Working to repair lines. Lots of transformers that went down as part of this because we had just a very, very electric storm last night, and then we're still getting some of that here today as well. All right, so we're losing a little bit of sunlight, but also starting to gain some cloud cover as we look there in the distance on our Centerville live camera from our WNKX tower. You can see the treetops moving, and I think in the distance you can start to see a few raindrops as well. I think I can see that rain starting to fall down because we can see that over on our radar as well. So we'll keep a look at that Centerville cam as we move through tonight. New radar scan coming in, and with every scan, I get a little bit more hopeful that we're just going to have a nice, peaceful evening tonight. So I don't want to add to your anxiety. I want to help calm it down. Tori says it sounds like it did last night there in Houston County. It's rumbling and crackling. Now, Tori, if you do actually have some trees coming down, let me know. Make sure that you're in a safe area. But if you absolutely do have some tree damage or anything like that, please let me know, and we'll relay that to the National Weather Service. Daylene, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. What about Nashville? A little bit of shower activity tonight. You're not going to escape the rain, but right now, nothing looks too severe in the next hour or so for the Nashville area, Williamson County, Davidson County area. Lightning and thunder is happening, Betty says, down there in Waynesboro tonight, and you're on the edge of that. That's right. So as we have this line now finally starting to cover Clifton, let me bring up our Clifton cam, because now it should be seeing some action. Maybe, kind of. Let me make that screen just a little bit bigger. I know those of you who are watching along maybe on your phone or something like that, it's a little bit difficult. Actually, no. Now look at this. So this view that we're looking at in Clifton is looking directly at the Tennessee River, just beyond that house that you see on the screen. Let me see if I can't find another version of this camera to be able to bring it to full screen, because I should have the ability to do that. And if I can get everything to work, I'll be happy to do that. Nope, not going to let me. Well, we're going to keep trying. Anyway, we can see it right there. That's good enough for me. But the treetop's not moving too much. Pretty calm image, which is good to see. But we do have that rain starting to develop just beyond that house there in Clifton. So it's tracking with what we're seeing on our radar tonight. Tennessee Ridge, lightning and thunder in the distance there tonight in Tennessee Ridge. All right. All right. Asking about Adamsville tonight. Let me navigate down there in that area. It's improving very much. A lot of what you've already experienced there tonight has moved through, and help me, I can't find it right now. Adamsville, though, is looking much better tonight. Behind this, we still could have some storms start to develop, and what I want to do while we have a second here, let's bring back on the Memphis radar. But widening out just as far as the Memphis radar goes, you can see that we don't have a lot to deal with right now. That's good news. So we could still have some overnight development of something, but this is going to be the main show that what we're talking about for you right now. So once we move a lot of this through Middle Tennessee and a lot of our coverage area tonight, things are going to start to calm down. And right now, we have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings really in the whole state, I believe. Maybe a part of Union City over there is in part of one as well. But these 2 severe thunderstorm warnings here, this one's going to be leaving us in about 10 minutes. This one that's been over in the Trenton, Gibson County area up there on Humboldt. And then we have this one here in Savannah, and things are improving now for Savannah as well. Well, I say that, and we still have plenty of rain on the camera. Let's see if we can't bring this one up full for you here. One more time, folks. Yeah, still plenty of rain in Savannah right now in beautiful Hardin County. And you do still have About 20 minutes left on that severe thunderstorm warning, but as you can see, it's moving fairly quickly, and we think that that's going to be out of there. If it's moving east at 65 miles per hour, it's going to be rocking and rolling out of there pretty fast. And now it becomes Wayne County's problem. Wayne County and Perry County. But right now, as we look ahead of this line, and they're kind of seeing as this is starting to cross the Tennessee River, and that's the direction most of this is now kind of starting to converge on the Tennessee River. As it's doing so, there are no new warnings being issued right now, and that's great news. Thunder and lightning over there in McEwen, says April. Yeah, you're not too far from it. I don't know if it's on top of you yet, but it's... Where are you over there in McEwen? Yeah. Yeah, you do have some storms over that way, but nothing severe. What's everybody having for dinner tonight? I'm hungry. It's about that time. Let's focus on the positive tonight. Let me know what you have. Where are you? Do you have us on in the background while you're cooking dinner tonight? I hope that you are able to get on with your day-to-day activities and do what you need to do here tonight. And of course, we're happy to bring you the weather coverage in the background. Things looking good right now in Linden, but that's going to change here in the next 30 minutes or so. You're going to start to get some heavier rain here tonight. We'll zoom over to Cinderville and our WNKX tower as well, as we're watching some of those treetops start to move around. Adriana's having salmon and rice, one of my favorite things, by the way. Love that. Meatloaf, Mary, steak and potatoes. Hey, bring some of this by the studio if you want to. We'll let you come on by. I'm just kidding. I'm dreaming of dinner here because that's, of course, what I forgot to pack as we were getting our weather coverage started here tonight. All right, what I'm going to do is bring back up our radar screen. And while we still have that shower activity in Savannah, we'll keep it there as well. We appreciate you joining us tonight on your favorite Facebook pages. I'll give some shout outs here to our local radio stations, WNKX in Centerville, WOPC in Linden, and Tennessee's legendary WMAK. We call it sunny 106.5 in Decatur County. That tower, I think, took a zap last night, by the way, with some of the lightning. So I have a repair day tomorrow on that one. Tennessee River Valley News also bringing us in tonight along with our partners at the Lewis County Herald. We're happy to bring you some weather coverage tonight. And I'm even happier to tell you that it's not as eventful as what we were dealing with last night. But while we have these storms in the area, we thought we'd come on and tell you a little bit about it, okay? Here's a little bit of a wider view. You can hear the roar of our generator system in the background there. I had to learn a lesson. Last night I didn't activate it, and it bit me. We were on the air for about 3 hours, and then we got zapped and lost power with, I think, most of the county at that point. So we're on generator tonight to hopefully avoid any of that, because we are about to get in on some of this. A lot of our studios located here in the place with the best view, Pine View, Tennessee. So we are going to get some of this here with you folks across the area tonight. Giles County is going to get Dakota. Giles County is going to get nothing too severe. As a matter of fact, yeah, I know you are in the severe thunderstorm watch, but you're just in the tail end of that. Look at how scattered that is, and I'll even put that in motion for you as you start to look up towards Pulaski, Giles County. That's not going to be as organized at all, and you have no warnings in that area. And actually, folks, if we're able to kind of move some of these storms on through Linden and approaching Hickman County, and we don't have any warnings, we may be able to wrap this up, which would be good for me, good for you, if we can tell you that there's no severe weather warnings coming in the area, but we'll track it for a little while longer. LaRonda's having spaghetti. Kayla's asking about the Roku TV app, and that's going to be Access Tennessee. Access Tennessee on Roku, and when you download that or you add it there to your TV, you'll have a different selection of several different live channels, and so when one of our radio stations is doing something, you can see it there. But there's also something called SevereView right there on the screen. and just select that, and you'll be able to watch this coverage on the big screen in the background instead of having to hold your phone, which I know can be annoying at times. Well, thank you, Adriana. We appreciate it. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Jill says the rumbles are coming to downtown Linden. Well, yeah, absolutely. We're not quite there yet, but let's bring us in here because it's on our doorstep. Let me tell you the difference between what you're seeing if you're just joining us here tonight. We have a severe thunderstorm warning that is about to be finished for the night for Hardin County. A lot of this centered over Clifton. And let me pull up our handy-dandy Clifton cam one more time and see if those trees are moving just a little bit more than they were earlier. We'll make this a little bit bigger so you can see. And yeah, so this is our clip. Looks like some manageable rainfall. As a matter of fact, either that camera's frozen or it's just incredibly calm. I have a feeling that may be a snapshot image there. But either way, looking pretty good in the Clifton area, and we'll watch that Clifton cam for you tonight. Meanwhile, in Linden, we have a couple of different camera views, and we'll start to watch those as well as we get things closer and closer to the Perry County line, because we are just about, and I think we're just about done. 18 minutes left with this severe thunderstorm warning that we've been watching for you tonight. And I think we can even say goodbye possibly to that one to the north. Is it still hanging on? 3 more minutes. Okay, but it's done. That one's over. Nothing to see. And I really like to see this improvement here along I-40 because we have so many people driving home tonight. Glad to see that. Chad says the lightning and thunder is starting to kick up over Hohenwald. Out ahead of this, so you're probably even experiencing some of this in the distance. Probably what's starting to, you may hear some of that thunder coming over from the Clifton area, honestly. I know that thunder travels for a bit, so you're hearing that probably, Chad, the distance there from what we're experiencing in portions of Wayne County and Clifton. Starting to get noisier now in Perry County as some of this moves in. Get a little motion to this and show you exactly what's coming where. And as some of this starts to kind of have a northeasterly movement, it's going to trek right through all of the Flatwoods community, up through portions of Linden and Lobelville as well. A special weather statement is the blue box. I don't know if you can see that when it kind of comes up there in the last frame of your video. Right here, this kind of aqua-colored box around Linden and Perry County. That is because the special weather statement, which is not as severe as a severe thunderstorm warning, and that's a good sign for us. Getting loud and windy in Clifton. Absolutely, I bet it is. As a matter of fact, if I was looking at anything here in our immediate area, it's Clifton that is the loudest. But again, you have no warnings active. It's just noisy. But anytime you see those purple colors, those purple shades start to develop, that indicates to us that there is a possibility of hail. So we're looking at 128 as you kind of navigate down from Perry County into Clifton. Some hail possibilities there. If you can shelter your car, especially if you're in Flatwoods, this is going to be coming that direction, so you still have time to maybe inch that car into the carport just in case there is hail reported with any of this tonight. Checking with our friends here at the National Weather Service office in Nashville. I'm still with you folks. Sometimes I have to look down and gather some information for you and keep things timely, keep things accurate. I'm going to do a little cam tour here, and we will look at what's happening in Linden. Still pretty decent there. We also have some different Linden views that I'm going to work to bring you here shortly, because we have I have one more camera. It's my Linden Sky Cam, and let me see if it will come alive for me. Aha, it will. All right, so this is going to be really helpful. All right, here we go, friends. So this is what I call my Linden Sky Cam, and this is going to be looking due west. So it will capture some of this lightning. You'll probably see some lightning on the skyline there in a little bit as well. And I wonder if we can't add, I'm going to do something here. Let's go ahead and take Savannah full because this is our Savannah view. But what I want to do on our Linden camera is bring in a little bit of our radar as well. Kind of give you some different views here of that. Cool view out of Savannah, Tennessee tonight. We've been watching this camera throughout the evening as we have had a severe thunderstorm roll through that area, but is now, that warning is just about to no longer be a concern, which is great. All right, so here's what I was trying to do for you. I had to kind of make that graphic up a little bit. This is a side-by-side here of our regional view, our looking over our Linden Skycam. I'm going to reposition that. I don't love where that is, so I'm going to reposition, boop, and move our radar over just a little bit, so that way we can have that that look there of Main Street, downtown Linden tonight. It looks gloomy though, doesn't it? Tells you the rain is coming as we have the sunset here on this beautiful spring night. As we check in, also in the distance there in Centerville, Hickman County, starting to see some cloud cover increasing there as well. All right, we're getting a fresh scan coming in from our radar. You can see that beam right there kind of moving across your screen, and that will kind of give us a much better picture of some much weaker storms that I am excited to see. A little bit of thunder in the distance in Columbia. Yeah, but you're hearing that thunder. I'll tell you what, you're hearing that from all the way over here. Because as we look over Columbia and Murray County right now, you're looking pretty good. Nothing's even over your head right now. And we are finally starting to get our first few claps of thunder here in our studios tonight as this begins to move in to our direction. So let's take this full and show you where things are standing. Lots of this storm activity now crossing the Tennessee River. Lexington, Henderson County, you'll finally get a break. Jackson, Madison County, you're finally getting a break tonight, and that's good to see. I just got a message here from one of our team members. It says a lot of you have been hopping on the WeatherWise app via Hazcams and looking at our cameras over the past 24 hours, and we're glad that those can be a service to you. And this is kind of what we're talking about here, these cameras. So we're glad that those can be of help to you. Always gives us a way to kind of see exactly what's going on. All right, I hope I'm saying the name here. Is it Phelan? I'm going to say Phelan. Want to know what time the storms are ending tonight. So if you're wanting to know timing, give me a specific area. Tell me where you're watching us from tonight, and I'll do my best to zoom in on that, and I can show you all this as well. Getting some rumbles already in Lyles. That's right. This is going to start kind of building that way towards you in the Lyles area as well. It's going to be about time for that there in Lyles. As a matter of fact, we can pull up our... hold on, let me select it here. I'm seeing some movement on those, every now and then the frames will update and I can see those treetops moving, but Hickman County is still nice and calm. Love seeing that. And thank you all for spending part of your night with us. My name is Will Nunley. As a matter of fact, since we are, let's see what the time is. It is the top of the hour, so I think a lot of you may be kind of joining up with us tonight and checking in and seeing what's happening. And I appreciate you choosing SevereView weather coverage. So we are part of your local radio stations in Hickman County, Perry, and Decatur County, as well as our news partners at the Tennessee River Valley News and the Lewis County Herald, all part of our digital partnerships to help bring you this live local weather coverage. So we'll be here throughout southwest middle Tennessee, and as these storms start to migrate on towards, say, Davidson County and some of those areas, we'll hand off our coverage, of course, to our Nashville TV stations and some of our other fellow news organizations that way. But we have lots to talk about right now, but it's not extremely severe. It's actually not severe at all because we have no severe thunderstorm warnings in our immediate area, but we do have some thunderstorms out there causing a few rumbles of thunder tonight, so that's what we're watching for you right now. We don't even have an indication that we're going to have any more warnings on the possibility, so All right. So what you're seeing on your screen right now, a whole bunch of scattered rain showers with some lightning and some thunder. But I think as soon as this Hardin County, which is expired in 9 minutes, but really as you start to look, a lot of that's moved on out. We're going to be, for at least a little while, maybe hopefully for the rest of the night, severe thunderstorm warning free. So that's very good. Tracy's watching us from Perry County tonight. Aiden's tuning in from Savannah. Tammy and Hohenwald, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it that you guys, hopefully you're watching us via the Lewis County Herald, who we are so thankful to be a part of as we bring you our streaming coverage tonight. Let's see if we can't get our side-by-side back up here in just a second with that Linden Skycam, because I kind of like watching this in the distance because we can see some of these lightning strikes as well, and that's going to be interesting to watch. There we go. As I move around the set, my little box that has my earpiece in it moves, and it turns down the volume, and then I can't hear myself. And that I have to hear myself, of course. My goodness. Okay. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight. Sandra's wanting to know about the Hohenwald sirens. I don't have any information on those, but I hope that they will not be needed tonight. So hopefully you can avoid even needing those sirens tonight. All right, fans, here's what we're going to do. In the next few minutes, once we have this severe thunderstorm warning that is no longer in effect for us, we are going to put up some information that says there are no active warnings. And I'm going to kind of set up a tour of our cameras and of radar. And we're not going to go anywhere. We're going to be right here with you. But we're going to kind of show you a tour of our cameras. That way you have this to view for yourself and see what's happening. But I don't want to kind of keep you on the line if we don't have any severe weather to talk about. I'll be happy to show you everything we're going, but I know it's dinner time. You guys have some plans. We just went through the menu a second ago. Everybody let me know what they're working on for dinner, and we want you to do that and be able to spend time and relax tonight. I don't know, many of us are tired, especially after staying up all night with the loud night that a lot of us had. This is not that. I can tell you that with some pretty good confidence right now. And I don't even have to tell you, you can see it for yourself here on the screen, because even though you do see some reds and some yellows, this is not a picture where we have just a wall of warnings, which is what we had last night. So we're avoiding that right now, and I'm very happy to do that, okay? We have 6 minutes left on our severe thunderstorm warning, moving into all of Wayne County, parts of Perry County right now. As we zoom in, you can see the Flatwoods community is dealing with a lot of this. Moving up Highway 128 through Linden, we can add a little bit of motion to this and show you where this is tracking, because it kind of moves a little bit of a north-northeast movement on this. At about 40 to 50 miles per hour is what the National Weather Service is telling us some of these movements are. We did have 60 earlier, but I can tell you these aren't really moving at that speed right now. We'd be covering a whole lot more ground. Looks like we do have a little bit of storm activity starting ahead of the line here in Centerville, right over downtown Centerville, as a matter of fact. And I don't think that my Centerville cam is pointed in that direction. I think that it is, we're looking off. Let me see though, what we could do, let me see if I can move it around. I have to log into it here, so that takes me just a second. But I should be able to do that. Let's pull up our Centerville cam and see if we can't tilt it over slightly, or pan it over, excuse me, slightly, to see if we can get some of this storm activity that is starting to develop there in kind of the downtown Centerville area. We'll see what it sees as we move it over, so you can kind of see it moving a little bit with me. Saw a little bit of movement there. Okay, did a refresh. This may be as far over as it goes. No, it'll go, it'll keep going. These are all of those cables on top of our big Centerville broadcast tower. Okay, so you can see some of those clouds over there, some of those lower clouds. And I think once I start to get over there, it gets into crazy territory. and it gets a little wobbly. Okay. I'll move it back. I'll fix it. That's not showing me anything but the bar of the tower. So we'll move that back over here shortly. Okay. But conditions in Centerville right now, pretty good. Pretty good. Just a little bit of rain there to deal with. Actually, I think I just clipped it off there, but we started to see some. I'm gonna bring that back up because we did see some lightning there on that one. All right, let's widen our view here and talk about the rest of the area as our conditions are calming just a little bit as these storms move into Middle Tennessee from Jackson and our friends in West Tennessee. 3 minutes left on the only severe thunderstorm warning that we have in the area, and I'm so happy to see that. Happy to be able to tell you that. All right, so what we're going to do here, folks, I'm going to pull up the chat one more time here in case there's some questions I can answer for you. Helen saying thank you, Helen, and I appreciate you being with us tonight. Buckets of rain, Stacy says, over on the creek. Stacy Evans holding things down on Cedar Creek tonight, saying there's some buckets of rain. And yeah, absolutely. Let's see if we can find Stacy's house. Let's see how far we can zoom down out in the Pope community. Let's get on down there. Let's really get, where could Stacy be? She's down here somewhere. But yeah, you're getting some of that rain. Did I even go down? I may not have gone down far enough. I don't know. Yeah, so you get a little bucket of rain there. The garden needs it, but the good news is we're not going to have anything blown around too much with this, and that's what we want to see. Let's take a trip one more time back to downtown Linden, where we have one of our other cameras on standby, and you can see this street view here, and that one's looking pretty good. And I wonder where my side-by-side went. We may have lost the downtown cam, which is why I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I think we had a little bit of connectivity. There we go. I think we got it back. Stand by, friends. All right, let's bring this back in here. We'll see it while we have it. So Stacy was just telling us about those buckets of rain happening there near Cedar Creek, and that's what that is happening down there. We can see that rain in the distance. Shani's tuning in from Sardis. Centerville said you're starting to get the thunder on Highway 48 close to Hohenwald. Absolutely. Michael, you're saying you have no power. Where are you, Michael, where you have lost power? I'm going to say that's possible. You see what we ran into last night was so much lightning that was coming into the area, and these lightning strikes were just zapping these lines. We did have some limbs down, but I think we had so many. We even had a couple of cases last night because we were listening to them on the scanners while we were reporting last night that we had power lines brought down from lightning strikes. We had some transformers explode as a result, a couple of fire calls, things like that. Luckily, no injuries with any of this or serious fire scenes. And I even think I saw a picture of a tree from earlier that was zapped and on fire from a little bit of the storm activity last night. Those lightning strikes, boy, they can really wreak havoc because you just never know where that is going to trail in and cause an issue. Okay, so here is the scene right now as we approach about 6:15. We have no more severe thunderstorm warnings for our area, and we have no indication that additional ones are going to be reissued. So what I'm going to do, we're going to keep the stream up for a while and hang out with you. I'm going to put on a, kind of a rotation of these cameras and a slideshow, and put on some little music like that. Hopefully it doesn't drive you nuts. But I want you to know that we're still here, but we have no active warnings right now. So we'll watch this rain. Right now it's just spring rain. We've dealt with this in the spring. It's no big deal. So as long as it can stay no big deal, we're going to hang out with you, give you a tour of our cameras tonight, and we appreciate you joining us. Jonathan says the New Prospect School area is calm with a little bit of rain. All right, glad to hear that. I am glad to hear that. And I'm going to check in on a few things here. And I want to be able to add I'm talking to myself here, folks. All right, so what we're going to do is give you a tour of cameras like this. You can see the improving conditions there in Savannah tonight. And that'll stay up for a while. Then we'll move over here to radar. And you're going to see kind of our different cameras loading tonight. So as long as we have no active warnings, we're going to just kind of let this play through. You're welcome to put this on the free Access Tennessee app that is on Roku, and just put it on the TV in the background as we get these storms through here a little bit later. But luckily we have no severe thunderstorm warnings at all to bring you right now. So we'll just keep touring on these cameras tonight. Ooh, you see that lightning flash there over the Commodore cam? But hang with us. Stay safe, everybody. And if warnings are issued, we'll be glad to join you back in with live coverage. My name is Will Nunley. This is SevereView Weather. Have a great night. If we don't see you anymore tonight, which hopefully we won't, and I mean that in the best way possible, have a great night, everybody. Get some rest, but we'll be here keeping an eye on the sky for you.